Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Why I didn't hand over to Osinbajo when traveling in April, says Buhari. President Muhammadu Buhari has said that he decided not to hand over power to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo when he traveled to the United Kingdom on private visit from April 25th to May 5th, 2019, because there was no constitutional requirement for him to do so. The president further stated that the only time he needs to hand over to Osinbajo is when he's proceeding on leave or going to be out of the country for more than 21 days. Buhari said this in a 6-paragraph counter affidavit deposed to on his behalf by one Mr. Friday Atu, a litigation officer in the Civil Litigation Department of the Federal Ministry of Justice. The Punch had reported that a Lagos-based lawyer, Inibehe Effiong, had sued Buhari and Attorney General of the Federation over the president's failure to hand over power to Osinbajo in April. The case, with suit number FHC/L/CS/763/2019, was filed before a federal high court in Lagos. Effiong asked the court to determine whether, in view of the extant provisions of Section 145 of 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, as amended, Buhari can validly proceed on vacation for any length of time without transmitting a written declaration to the National Assembly to that effect, which will empower the Vice President to perform the functions of the President in an acting capacity. The lawyer asked the court to determine whether Buhari's action in proceeding on vacation to the UK from the April 25th, 2019 to May 5th, 2019, without transmitting the written declaration envisaged in Section 145 of 1 of the Constitution to National Assembly, is not in conflict with the provisions of Section 145 of 1 of the Constitution. In his response, however, Buhari stated that the Nigerian Constitution does not make it mandatory for him to transmit a written declaration to the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives to enable the Vice President to act as President, except when his vacation exceeds 21 days. The affidavit read in part, saying, "It is a fact that the 1999 Constitution, as amended, regulates the performance of the duties of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in situations where the President is proceeding on vacation or is otherwise unable to discharge the functions of office. That it is fact that where the President embarks on a vacation or otherwise is unable to discharge the functions of his office and fails to transmit a written declaration to that effect, he will be considered not to have complied with the Constitution as amended. That the time within which the President has to transmit a written letter to the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 21 days. That the President's foreign trip lasted for 9 days from April 25th, 2019 to May 5th, 2019. The President did not exceed the 21-day period required by the Constitution. It is in the interest of justice to dismiss the claims of the plaintiff." Buhari equally asked the court in a preliminary objection to strike out the suit because the lawyer lacks the local standing to institute the case. The case is before Justice A.O. Faji of the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, and has been fixed for Monday, October 7, 2019 for hearing. The Punch reports that in the past, Buhari had been known to hand over power to his deputy anytime he was traveling out of the country for unofficial engagements. For instance, when the president traveled to London on a working leave on August 3rd, 2018, and returned on the 18th, spending a total of 16 days. He handed over to Osinbajo. It was while Osinbajo was acting president during the same period that he sacked the Director General of the Department of State Services, Lawal Daura, a move that was said to have been vehemently opposed by those close to the president. Incidentally, since Daura's sacking over a year ago, the president has not transferred power to Osinbajo again. The president has in recent weeks curtailed the powers given to the vice president by first removing him as the head of the economic advisory team and asking him to seek special approvals before taking certain actions. There have been reports that the cabal which controls the presidency is opposed to Osinbajo's purported 2023 presidential bid. So guys, that is what they are trying to explain. Of course it is good to really test some things, just like what the F Young lawyer is trying to do, because if really they are talking about 21 days, that is the what the constitution stipulates, that any traveling, when the president is absent for 21 days, that is when he can transmit power to the vice president, according to constitution. But anything less than 21 days, it's not really, it's not constitutional. So that was why he didn't transmit power when he went to UK for less than 21 days. But the reason why the lawyer, the F Young man, went to court is that there was a time within when the president traveled, and it was not up to 21 days, it was just 16 days, and the president transferred power, or transmitted power to the vice president. So what now happened? So that is where the whole thing is really coming from, and it is good that it's being challenged, because we can't just like let's just wave it off. If at the end of the day, the what the president has said through the person that represented him, saying that it is not constitutional for him to transmit power when he's traveling, is going to take less than 21 days. But at some point, he had done that even when it was less than 21 days. Maybe he did that out of his own volition, that, okay, I just feel like doing it. But just like what we are hearing, since the issue of when the vice president took some drastic action when he sacked the DSS DG, because when we had learned that there was a time, not that we learned, it was even in the public domain, that the DSS, they just went to close or to mount to the gate of the Senate Assembly then, and the senators could not even enter. It really caused a big issue that time, and immediately people were like, how come, what happened? Everybody was insinuating a lot of things. It almost shook everywhere, and at the end of the day, the president was not around, the vice president was around, and immediately he sacked the DSS DG. And since then, insinuation have been coming here and there that the cabals were not really happy with what happened. And from what we've been hearing, that there was nothing the vice president was doing, any drastic action like that he will want to take, that he will not even consult the president. So this whole thing, back and forth, and everything is just they just try to model everything up. It's just really surprising. So let us see what will happen by June. By October 7th, when the case will be due for hearing. We will now know what the actual problem is. But from what we are seeing, indications and people insinuations, are really right, because with this in the few weeks now, we've been hearing a lot of things, reshuffling and all of that, even for telling the vice president that even the decisions he has been taking, now he has to seek for approval before doing that. So it gives room for speculation, and people have been running it scatter that the cabals really wanted to impeach him. So it is a known fact. But what do we have to say? They know what they are talking about. And I just want to take some of the reactions of people. Someone say this our president is his character is just different. Just different. He thinks and acts like baby. If there's any problem that occur in the country through your trip, nobody will be able to stand against it until you arrive, right? Even ordinary community, if is absent, he or she must hand over to the vice, talking the talkless of a whole nation. I can see that this man thinks, somehow. Do we really have a country? Any day Buhari obeys constitution this country in this country and obeys court order, he will join his ancestor. Yushowore Ezazaki, former national security advisor Dasuki, and so on. Someone says some Nigerians are evil. What concerns you with the president not handing over to his vice? Why the desperation? I'm sure you are one of those persons that are bringing fracas between the president and the VP. What about what are people benefiting by not allowing the two gentlemen to work together and get Nigeria out of this economic mess? This exercise in futility, or this exercise is it's exercise in futility, if futility would have been channeled to poor people that might need your services for one legal representation or another. Let's be patriotic and once, please. So, this person is, that is his opinion, but the area that I really have interest is that they should try to make sure that they bring their inputs, put their inputs so that we'll be out of this economic mess. So they know that we are in economic mess, and yet the people they are the one creating drama for people to analyze. If they are not creating drama, people will not want to, or people will not try to interfere or will not talk about it. If they are really serious about what they are doing, we should be seeing actions, we should be seeing progress, we should be seeing positive things about their job. They are being they are being voted in to do the needful, but they are not doing the needful because nobody is causing this economic mess that we are in, a lot of crisis that we are experiencing. Nobody caused it. They are the one there, they are the one making policies, so they should just do the needful. If they do the needful, people will not interfere, people will not discuss about this issue. And someone said the truth will soon come up for all Nigerians to know that they are hiding something about the president, as Kanu said. With the explanation, I think he is right, since the section of the constitution is clear about it. Osinbajo can also make use of the power vested on him by the law, just like Atiku did to OBJ. It's like Buhari did not like the humbleness and obedience of Osinbajo anymore. Therefore, let Osinbajo act like Atiku when he was OBJ VP. So guys, that is what we are hearing. I don't know what your takes are concerning the explanation that Buhari has given, the reason why he did not hand over to Osinbajo, because constitutionally it's only when he's leaving the country for 21 days. Maybe if he had transmitted power, or if he had handed over to him less than 21 days, maybe he did that out of his own volition. But let us see what the court is going to come out with at the end of the day. But one thing that is pertinent is that there's something that is happening. There's no smoke without fire. Something must have been happening for him to have taken that decision that he will not be handing over again. Well, let's see how it goes. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about this. Leave your comments below as usual. Thank you very much. Bye.